everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you how to cut a pencil skirt or the skirt part of your dress. If that's something you're interested in, keep on watching. I made a tutorial on how I made this fabric rolls. You can check that out on the channel. I also did a tutorial on how to cut this upper part. So please make sure you check these videos out so you can understand this down part very well. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to cut the skirt part of this dress. If that's something you're interested in, keep on watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and share. So whenever you're cutting a dress, it's always advisable for you to cut out the skirt part first. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to go ahead and cut the skirt part and then fold my fabric into four, because I'll be cutting both the front and the back piece together. So that is why I'm going to fold my fabric into four for the front and the back. And if you are making a pencil skirt, it's still the same method. All you need to do is to go ahead and fold your fabric into four, just like this. Now that I've went ahead to fold this into four, so remember, I'm cutting the front and the back piece together. So this is for the back, and this folded side that you guys are seeing is for the front. The next thing to do is to measure out the length of the dress. And if you're making a pencil skirt, all you need to do is to measure out the length of your skirt. So the total length of this dress is 48. I will subtract 16 inches, which is for the bodice part, which is for the upper part. I will subtract that from the total length. So the total length is 47 minus 16. So whatever that it gives me, I'm going to mark that down. And then I will add 1 inch sewing allowance to it. So that means I'll be cutting out 48, not 47. So the reason we have 48 is because of the upper part, which is the bodies. So if you're making a skirt, please, I'm laying emphasis on this thing again because I don't want you guys to make mistake. If you are making a skirt directly, you just need to measure out the skirt length, and that's it. So you're going to subtract 16 inches from 48. So what we have is going to be 32. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark that 32 inches down. You guys remember that I've already added 1 inch sewing allowance to it. It was supposed to be 47. Then I added 1 inch allowance to it, so making 48. So 48 minus 16, what we have left is 32. And that's what I marked down now. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out that 32 inches length for the down part. So now that I have cut out the length that I want, the next thing to do is to measure out my hip line. So now I will measure from the waist to the hip line. So if you are on the taller side, from your waist to your hip line should be 9. But if you are not that tall, from your waist to your hip line should be 8. So for this person, from my waist to her hip line is 9 inches. So now I'm going to divide our waist circumference. Our waist circumference divided by 4, it's 7.5. 7.5. And then I'm going to be adding 1.5 inches sewing allowance to it. I will come to the hip line. Our hip measurement divided by 4 is 10. So that's 40 divided by 4, it's 10. I'm going to mark that down. And then I will add 1.5 sewing allowance to it. And then I will come to this bottom part. So what we have here, which is 12 inches, I'm going to subtract 1.5 inches from her hip measurement. So that is what I'm going to use to get a nail size. So I'm going to subtract 1.5 inches from her hip measurement. So that will give us 8.5 inches. So I'm going to mark that 8.5 inches down here. And then from this part, I will connect it back to the hip measurement. So I'm just going to firstly use my straight ruler to do that. So and then I will use my curve ruler to get the hip size. So this is what we have. We have the waist, we have the hip, and then the next thing to do is to cut out this part that we don't need. So before we cut out the part that we don't need, I will be cutting out on the upper part only. I won't cut the back part yet. I'll be cutting on the upper part only. The reason I cut the upper part only is because the back is going to have that, the front is not going to have any that. So I'm just going to add that 1 inch for the dart allowance. So I'm adding that 1 inch for the dart allowance. So I have to like slant it back into the hip line like this. So that's why I didn't cut both the front and the back piece together. So now that we have gotten the back, the allowance for the dart, I'm going to now cut the back part. So this allowance that you are seeing is for the dart. Now to get your dart measurement for the back, you're going to get your bust span measurement, which is 4 inches. This person's bust span measurement is 4 inches. So I'm just going to place a notch on the back piece only. So now don't forget to notch where you're going to put your zip, the zip allowance. So you notch your zip allowance. So I will set the front piece aside and then we work on the back dart. So I'm just going to come down by 5 inches for the back dart. I will draw a straight line on it. And then I will go out by half an inch and come in by half an inch. Slant that back into this point. So this is the back dart. Now I'll go ahead and cut the lining of this skirt part. So now I have went ahead to cut out the lining as well. So I cut the back lining and also the front lining. So I left about half an inch. So I didn't cut exactly the length. I left about this half an inch because I'll be using the lining to turn the bottom part of the fabric. So I'll be using this lining to turn this dress because I want the hem of my dress to look like this. So I'll be using my lining to turn that hem. So yes, that's why I leave about this half an inch allowance for the turning. I'm going to place my lining on top of my fabric like this. So I'll place the bottom of my lining and the bottom of my fabric on top of each other, run a straight stitch on it, and then flip it to the wrong side. So I'm going to do that for the front piece and then do same thing for the back piece. So now after folding it, this is what I have. So I have this for the first, for one of the piece for the back, and then this is the other piece for the back. Then this is the front piece. So you guys can see how neat it is. The next thing to do is to pick the back dart. So I'm going to go ahead to the sewing machine and then hold my back dart. So I'm going to hold the back dart like this. So I'll hold on the fabric and on the lining. So I will do same thing for the other side of the back piece. Now that I have held the back dart, I'm going to place the two back pieces on top of each other like this. And then I will leave about 9 inches for the zip. And then from there, I'm going to stitch this from here. I'll stitch it all the way. So for the back slit, I'm going to make this dress to be open by 11 inches. So that means I will stitch it from here to here and then leave the slit. So after stitching this, the next thing is to join the two sides together. So what I'm going to do is that, remember the 1.5 inches allowance that we leave earlier, so I'm going to hold it by 1.5 inches on the two sides. So I'm going to hold it by that 1.5 inches all the way till the end. So that's what I'm going to do on the side. I'm just going to join it together by 1.5 inches. This is what we have after joining the sides together. This is what we have. Now the next thing to do is to get the midpoint of this. So I'll get the center of this skirt. I'm just going to place a notch on it, and then I'll go ahead and attach this to the bodies. So guys, if you are making a skirt, all you need to do is to just attach the band to the skirt. So you just need to add 1 inch or 1.5 inches band to the skirt, depends on how high you want the skirt to be. And if you're attaching this to your bodies, if you're attaching this to the upper part, all you need to do is to connect the skirt to the upper part. You need to connect the skirt to the bodies, and that's just that about this simple skirt method. So that's basically it about this simple skirt method I just showed you. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you find this video very helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notification bell so you get in anytime I drop new videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.